Alright, let's try this one more time. Off to the airport. As you can tell from the title of this video, we did in fact make it out today. The fog lifted overnight, and we currently have an inbound Alaska 737-800 upgraded from the smaller 700 on its way right here. Same with the day before, we had no bags to check, so once checking ourselves in for a second time, it was back out to the fence to see if this plane would show up.
That's all right.
Would you look at this, guys? Look at this old antique piece of technology. My gosh, it's a dial telephone. What? Oh my gosh. A little late, but here nonetheless is an 508AS, a July 2008 built Boeing 737-800 that's been flying for Alaska Airlines all of those 13 years. Like I said in the last video, because of the canceled flight yesterday, Alaska will be sending 2 planes here today, this being the first, and after the announcement yesterday occurred that our aircraft couldn't land, we overheard a whole bunch of locals talk amongst themselves to get on the earlier one just to be sure to get out. So trusting their opinions, Justin and I did our very best to rebook onto this one, and after a phone call with Alaska, we succeeded, barely. As the remaining inbound passengers deboarded, we were treated to a passing 31-year-old Everett's Air Cargo MD-83, a plane type not commonly found flying the skies much anymore, so that was very cool. And then our boarding process started up inside the terminal. Since the facility here is so small in Barrow, once your group is called, your boarding pass is scanned, you head through the security checkpoint, and then immediately step outside onto the apron to board the plane.
I know it is. Thanks, dude. Hello, how are you?
If you remember my flight up here, I flew in their premium class on an empty flight. This time I'll be in the very last row of economy class on a completely full flight. The Alaska 737-800 has 159 seats in total, 12 of those being first class, 30 making up premium class, and the rest of the 117 seats creating the economy class cabin. 31A will be my chariot this afternoon. All economy and premium seats are all leather and have these adjustable headrests up top. Armrests are kinda on the medium side in terms of size, and there is a recline feature even in the last row. So I will certainly be using that with no one being behind me. Also, like I've been saying in every Alaska Airlines video I make, these seats, for some odd reason, feel much more comfy than they look, which is a very good thing. The seat back in front has a literature slot up top with the safety card, in-flight guide, and rewards pamphlet inside. The tray table just below that, along with a universal power outlet, USB port, and at the bottom a small netted pocket. Legroom in Alaska Economy is among the best in the US, so even with 2 people next to me, it's plenty for a taller person like myself. Lastly is the cabin, which it does give off a slightly older vibe with small overhead bins, the more classic vent controls, and older, more rectangular styled windows.
Finally heading back to Anchorage. It's been a very interesting 4 days here in Barrow. By the way, this plane smells a little fishy. I wonder if there's some fish underneath me.
I've certainly experienced plenty of amazing takeoffs in my travels. That one right there, though, just was on a whole nother level. And the feeling you have taking off knowing that that's the only ride out of there just adds to it. Besides Barrow, Prudhoe Bay, and a few other small villages up here on the North Slope, there's just nothing out there but frozen tundra for days until you hit the mountains further south. And believe me, we will see mountains, you can be sure of that. Since I'm in the very last row today, I will be the very last person to be serviced on this flight. So in the meantime, here's a look at the tray table and what we can expect on the carts. While you can scan the QR code at the bottom to access Alaska's menu, I prefer just looking at this very nicely designed pamphlet. In economy, everything besides alcohol is free, including juices, sodas, hot coffee, and hot tea. Everyone will also be getting a free snack, but since I didn't have any lunch today, I'm going to see if I can get my hands on one of those food boxes they offer.
Any snacks for you, sir?
Do you have any snack boxes though?
I have the kids' choice one left.
Okay, can I have those?
Unfortunately, all the others were sold out by the time FAs got back here, so I'm left with a lunchbox per se, along with the complimentary snack mix. The kids' choice box comes with a bag of white cheddar, rice and corn puffs, a hand sanitizing wipe, a Wiki Sticks play toy, just what I needed, a turkey jerky stick, some strawberry applesauce, a chewy chocolate chip granola bar, and last but certainly not least, some gummy bears. What am I, 7? As I gulped down on that applesauce, the flight attendant came around with my drink, which I asked for a hot tea with cream and sugar. Like I said, some further info can be found on Alaska's IFE system regarding food on board. Connecting to it will also allow you to access their entertainment stockpile, which can be done and has to be done on any mobile device as Alaska does not have any PTVs. The nice thing about this airline is that texting is free. Wi-Fi is not, so JetBlue is still the sole anomaly in that department. But there is a flight tracker showing us currently nearing Anchorage and destination weather below that. Movies and TV shows are also free, of course, and as usual on Alaska, there is a pretty substantial collection available, especially considering the length of this flight. Before we do land into Anchorage in about a half hour, the captain had something extra special planned for the flight, and I mean special. He radioed into ATC if we could circle around Denali. the tallest mountain in North America, and, well, I'll let the impending footage speak for itself. Well, I guess that will perhaps make up for the canceled flight yesterday. No words how gorgeous that mountain is from the air, and to literally have a solid 10 minutes circling around it was absolutely insane. Speechless. I say no flight can rival the milk run in terms of views, but this definitely just met that 100%. Perfect way to end this Alaskan adventure for Justin and I before heading back east and down to the lower 48. Also, regarding Alaska Airlines, you guys ask me all the time what my favorite airline is, and in North America, here's your answer. And there's no better way of flying them than in the state they're named after.
Thank you. You too. See you. Thanks.
With the time now nearing 5 p.m. here in Anchorage, and us having a connecting eastbound flight up next, I'm sure y'all can guess what that will be. In the meantime, Justin needs to grab something he forgot on the plane, we need to eat some substantial food, and I need to finish this video right here. I hope you guys enjoyed this Arctic flight aboard Alaska Airlines. I thank you very much for watching, and catch you on the next one.